car is small.
I can fit in this car.
No, believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me. So, I'm sorry.
So you telling me I can't get in the lift because I can't fit in your car?
Yeah, you need to order a bigger car.
What makes you think I can't fit in the car?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What makes you think I can't fit in this car?
Because the car is small in the back. Believe
My best friend has a Benz that's newer than this that I can fit in. That's the same size.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't be more specific with you. I got very tired.
What I got to do with your tires?
Yeah, and you have no space.
How you know I don't have no space?
Yeah, I got no space in the back. Believe me.
How do you know I don't have no space?
Because I tried to.
No, I don't never have to order an Uber XL.
Then I'm really.
Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is Ria. Oh, see what how you do? And I got some popping hot tea. Are you ready? Let's get right on into it. What I want to talk about is that obese rapper, right? I hate to describe it like that, but it is what it is. I'm trying to make a point. There is an obese rapper that was in Detroit. And apparently she's pretty famous around there. She ordered a lift, right? But the lift driver acted like he couldn't lift her up because she's super obese, right? She is morbidly obese. And I have to say, as an big bag myself, I'm not to the point where people would discriminate against me. Although it's weird to me. It's weird to me how this country operates, right? On one hand, they feed us all this crap, right? And it's least expensive, more accessible. I try to, because I have some health issues, so I try to abide by a certain diet. And then with me having kids, it is extremely difficult to stay in the realm of being healthy. Like, for example, I would give orange juice for an example. You have what's supposed to be the top of the line orange juices, Minute Maid, and I'm trying to think of that, the Simply brand, but they found out that was made out of concentrate as well. But I'm just saying the top of the line orange juices. This is me giving an example because orange juice helps my because I have my issue is with my blood, right? So orange juice helps build my proteins in my blood. So I can go to the store and get, say, Minute Maid, $3, almost $4, right? Mostly $4. Then I have over here Sunny Delight that my children love for only $1.97, right? And so you're trying to budget and keep, money in the household because groceries are so expensive. And then you have, these are the two things that's so damn weird. Then you have the people who complain about weight as if to say that you can do something about that in this country. In this country where sugar, starches, and things like that are way more acceptable and cheaper. I'll go even further. Pomegranate juice is another doctor prescribed juice for me. Guess how much it costs? Just for a quart. $10. And that's even compared to top of the line orange juice. With pomegranate juice hardly has any sugar in it. But those orange juices, they also have quite a bit of sugar in them. Pomegranate juice, hardly any. $10. a quart. So I said all that to say, stop making the organic foods so expensive and less accessible. Then maybe people will eat that because it doesn't taste as bad as people say. Because like when I compare, now I'm not gonna eat a turkey burger. I'm just letting you know that now. But if I crush it up in my crushed up food that I don't pay attention to it and I don't notice it, like sloppy joes and what else do I eat it in? Scrambled sausage, like if I put it in my rotel dip, turkey sausage and stuff like that, yes, delicious. I'm not gonna eat it on a burger. I don't know. It's something about that texture when I bite into it on a burger versus it's scrambled up like in spaghetti and stuff. I can deal with it. Okay. But I said all that to say turkey sausage and turkey bacon and all that stuff is way more expensive than pork. It is. I'm a consumer. I'm in a stay-at-home mom trying to budget. I'm in the store quite a bit looking at it. And now me trying to eat healthier, my cupboards are practically bare. And then me trying to balance it out, me eating healthier for my health and then trying to find something that my children will also eat that's healthier. It's a fine line here. So I don't blame individuals for being obese like most people do. Now you see Zacchaeus on these shows eating just on her YouTube channel and her TikTok channel eating just what the hell she wants to eat. But at the same time, these people need to eat as well. You damn ridiculous if you think that just because somebody's obese, they don't have to eat. Because I've seen people in the comments like, this big bitch suing? How this big bitch gonna sue? She ought to back away from the table and do what? Starve? Because you can't starve not eating, period, right? We all know that, right? You still have to have a certain amount of calories that go into your body in order for survival. We know that, right? Okay. So I said all that to say is I am on the rapper side. I sum it up into there was the way he was talking to her, and I think she has him on film. The way he was talking to her, speaking to her, it was discriminatory. You shouldn't have came over there in your little raggedy ass car. How about that? And then you have the fact, let's think about this, the fact that you in your little raggedy ass car, cars weigh thousands of pounds. She good 450, 5, close 5, I would say. She about 4, close to 5. What? And then they gonna reverse it around and make it seem like it's her fault. Like, well, she got mad because she couldn't fit in the car. He wouldn't let her try to fit in the car to find out. Okay, there's that. Then I'm looking at people with haul, talking about some Lyft is gonna turn into Lyft for real. And then they got hauling trucks and damn U-Hauls and all this type of shit to represent. Yes, she definitely has a lawsuit on her hands. And they do too. I hope she wins. Okay? I hope the hell she wins. Now let's get on down to Love and Marriage, Huntsville T. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because it's been done to death, and I know that I'm in the Love and Marriage Huntsville sector. Like I said, primarily that's where I get all my views, but all my stuff is good, okay? All my piping hot tea is good. I bring you the commentary with the real journalistic experience, plus, with a psychological background, okay? So it's real over here. Let me say everything is alleged in my opinion. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and donate to my Cash App, like I said, so I can build this channel and to make it, let's make the content creators all great again. I had to throw that in there. Oh, before I get on there, let me just do a little politics right quick, because I don't give two shakes of a rattlesnake's ass what anybody thinks about my politics. I don't like Donald Trump, never have, never will. Okay? It is what it is, but I'm going to mind my own black business when it comes to those immigrants. Okay? Because I've said it before and I'll say it again. You skate in here on the civil rights that my ancestors fought for, and then you have enough nerve to look down on us. Okay? And that's most immigrants, right? Especially like, okay, you have your Arabs, right? They move into our communities, build stores and grocery stores and things like that. And then Koreans as well. And then you have the Koreans in the hair stores and having the nerve to not treat you with the best respect. Knowing that that's your clientele, right? Yeah. Korean lady one day, I'm in the store minding my own damn business. I'm like, why are you following me in the hair store? And she's like, I just want to make sure you buy. Buy what? I'm picking this shit up. You think I'm just carrying around lugging this grease and shit around in my hands to just what with it? I don't even have a big bag to steal it with. But you following me? I just have my wallet in here. Bitch, back up. Then I said, well, what? And why do you all start hair stores? How do you know what's the chemical reaction in the makeup of the Negroid hair? What makes you know? What makes you an expert on this? Exactly. How do you know what relaxer works best in my hair? That's when I was getting relaxed, right? How do you know that? Now, I've been militant all my life, not always a Christian militant at one time. And then I realized those two things don't go together, because once you really learn your history, you will learn that Christianity is a part of you have to know what it is. It was very brutal on how we ended up being Christians. So I don't support it, okay? That's what it is. But when I was a militant Christian, I was like, bitch, bye. You better back up off me. And I say these two things to go together, because the bind that's and the shackles that hold us in this country from building on our own, it's rooted in religion. It's rooted in our over ability to forgive. That's what it's rooted in. It is what it is. It's the truth. If we had the thought process to build because we're not supporting and we don't feel loyal to a certain group, then we could make as Mama said on Soul Food, we could strike a mighty blow. But because we are beholden under this religion, it keeps us docile and not want to move on a lot of things. Right? Praying for our enemies and whatnot. Turning the other cheek and whatnot. That's taught to us, ingrained in our mind. So as long as those things are taught to us as Negroid people and ingrained in our mind, we're not going to move forward. We're not going to progress. Outside of the realms of basic, I want to work for them. I will work for the dominant group. I will sit and take what the dominant group allows me to take. I will take things off of them that I shouldn't allow them to put upon me, right? Like not fighting for these ZEI hires, right? Being docile to other ethnic groups who don't give two shakes of a rattlesnake's ass about us and want to help them. You should see my timeline over there on Facebook about the number of black folks riding harder for Mexicans than Mexicans riding for each other. If you think I'm lying, I'm flying. That's that whole, I have to support somebody that's downtrodden because this religion taught me that. But the people who taught you the religion, They don't abide by it themselves. Right? Let them see if they turn the other cheek about anything. Huh? You got a man sitting in the White House at this very moment, as we speak, not turning one damn orange cheek. Not one. Doing every racist thing that he set out to do. Xenophobic thing that he set out to do. Doing damn well. Probably had Mexicans all over the match working. Right? Okay. We'll see how this economy work out, because we ain't gonna be out there picking bananas and oranges and cotton no more. Unless you pay us a decent wage to do so. It ain't gonna be free no more. And we sure ain't gonna do it for $5.32 per, I take that back, 32 cents per hour. Okay? That's why you went over there and got them in the first place, right? Mm-hmm. And we'll see how this economy do now that you sending them out. Baby, I'm just gonna put on my binoculars and watch as this shit implodes within itself. Because it, in my opinion, it's gonna happen. Right? I say all the time, if this world would be perfect with only Caucasians in it, then Europe wouldn't turn into what Europe is. They got out of Europe to get away from the tyranny of other white folks. And not the tyranny of black folks, because we weren't up there in the cold. Okay? They weren't leaving us. They believe in themselves. I just said that. I just want to remind y'all of that. Anyway, back to Love and Marriage Huntsville. Like I said, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. Y'all know the deal. Y'all know what Melanie came and did on her live yesterday. I just want to throw my opinions in on it. I'm going to say one thing about the whole situation. Carlos King. If you look at if you take a pyramid, because I love to do pyramids, y'all. I do. That's how I was taught at school, you know, how to do the food chain pyramid. So I do it often with people. If you look at every issue that has excuse my child over there coughing when she's supposed to be in the room, waiting on her auntie to come and get her for school. Okay? Excuse me. So, if you look at a pyramid, right, and you look at the top of that pyramid, everything that's at the top of that pyramid starts with Carlos King. Every issue that Mel has had with these individuals on this show start with Carlos King and end with Carlos King, and he knows it, right? Let's start at the top. Melody has issues with Destiny, right? Carlos played on it. Carlos played on the fact that Melody was like, this girl moving funny. You know, she got a divorce. I didn't know anything about it. I'm divorced. She all in my Kool-Aid, right? Then we're going to look at the Scots, 1 and 2. Both knowing what a hotel is. Yet letting him get away with the most. Let him do the damn most. I bet you any amount of money this kid has not puffed one puff out of her damn asthma pump. But we're going to keep on going. Because by now, she should know to do this when she coughs, right? Mm-hmm. Hold on 1 second. Let me go ask her. I'll bet you any amount of money she had. Now, as I was saying, if we use the food chain and the top of the pyramid chain, we will look at the top of the pyramid and everything reflects back to Carlos. Now, in regards to, let's use the lightest one. Let's go with Kimmy and her disagreement with Melody. Melody has proof of her checking on Maurice. Melody has proof of her and Kimmy getting along. So I'll put it this way. Just as I put on my Facebook page that a lot of people probably got along with Mel before Carlos took issue with her. See, Carlos is sneaky, y'all. Look, he knows how to play the game and he knows how to be a mean girl. And I said what I said. I meant what I said. And I don't know if it was a situation that maybe he was ostracized because he was gay or ostracized in his own family. He has a tendency to love to put people on an island to themselves. Now, he said that he was going to put somebody on ice. And we all figured out that that was probably Sonny. Because it wouldn't fit the narrative, right? Everybody at this point, even people who claim to be Melody's friends, were supposed to hate Mel. But the only caveat in this is that you picked the worst person on the cast in order for them to side with. You have, like I said in my other video, you have protected Motel Hotel to the very end. And now that you have protected him so much, you can't come back and fix it. And he's out of control. He's like a loose Doberman pigeon that hadn't been trained. Sound like we say pigeon in Mississippi, don't it? Sorry, I meant picture. Let me be clear. Doberman picture. Dog. Okay? That clear enough? Speaking of dogs, Marceau and Maurice that hadn't given up their college days on being accused. She goes for Letitia. Letitia admitted that she knew about the RP. All the time. All the time. I thought it was just a test message. Shout out to Storm. That's why she got her ass the hell out of Dodge. Because this one thing a millimeter is gonna do, they gonna pimp you. They gonna pimp your whole car. Right? And even though Tiffany was a shit starter and she kept up mess, for the most part, she was 10 toes down for Melody. Same thing with Kiki. But I would say Melody messed that up herself, the situation with Kiki, because Kiki could have always been her ride or die, because Kiki went against her own family to kick it with her and then film with her. Melody is the one who thanked her for her service. I told Mel through the TV, you lost the ally when you got rid of her. Whether she was telling, quote unquote, secrets to the show or not. Or was that the one time that you didn't buck against Carlos? Because when you eliminated that problem, quote unquote, for her talking to AI, which they all do, okay? That's what's really that bothers me about that whole situation with Kiki. They all talk to Blah. The fuck? All of them. Whole case. I ain't leaving nobody out. But all of a sudden, when Kiki did it in the mess that Anthony LYFT started, it's a problem. And she had to go. Right? Okay? So now you have no allies, right? And you're the target. Carlos set it up to be that way. Listen to me, Linda. Listen to me, Linda. Wanda Jean, a.k.a. Wanda Mike, told y'all that they wanted her back on the show so bad that she needed to target someone or make up with someone. Right? Excuse me. Oh, I had a smoothie. When you target someone, you and the star of the show. She said it. Go back and look at one of Mike's lives. She said that someone in production told her she either needed to target Melody as an enemy, which means go after her, or become friendly with her and make up with her. Just tell Melody you apologize, right? Now I want to address this whole grooming situation. Y'all, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this and belabor the point. It's illegal, in my opinion. Period. Point blank. I'm not sure why Phaedra's ass ain't in jail. Her or Porsche. Or Carlos. Because, okay, I'll put it this way. In books and stuff like that, it has been said that the season 9 debacle about the alleged revenge, not the revenge P, but the, is it rape? It was something, it's called something. What they call the dungeon saga. No, they called it something on the show I think of, but let me go ahead and make my point. Whatever it was that they called it on the show, gang ape, I think. Anyway, kidnapping and all these alleged things that occur. I mean, they're so similar. That's why it's hard for me to believe that Carlos didn't start that, because Phaedra clearly said, I was told in production to bring that up. And then Carlos admitted several times that he was told when a lot of people forget about, because nobody ever talks about that hardly, that he was Danielle's producer on New Jersey. And nobody ever brings up that he's the one who told her to sit the book in a purse. He admitted that he did that. And then he'll go, that is the most iconic moment on TV. So he shoots for salaciousness. Right? Danielle will live on in infamy for being in prostitution, or is that a good thing? Now, Melody said that she had attempted to bring peace to the show. Every time she would make up with someone, it was always another battle came up, right? And the most disappointing to her, I'm sure of all, is the situation with Nell and Chris. Because she really thought Nell and Chris were her friends. But when it's time to come up against Mel and you want to be famous and you want to be on TV and you think that you are the elite of the elite couples, this is what I gleaned from what Chris used to say. When Chris used to say, and he would see, when he was a friend of the show, and he would see Marceau and Tisha on the show, and Kimmy on the show, I'm more prominent than them. Why wasn't I picked? I was Melody's friend and Martell's friend. Why wasn't I picked? We don't even know the Scots like that. I'm more prominent in Huntsville. I'm one of the more prominent black people in Huntsville. Why wasn't I picked to be on the show? Then they bring Tiffany Lou on the show before they bring me. Look at me and my wife, who I had an affair with. And then I had an affair on her. But she stuck around. Melody says she never told Nell at one given moment to leave her mama to be with her. But that was what? To make Melody look bad. to make Melody look like a selfish friend, calling her in the middle of the night while her mom was on her deathbed. Melody said she let that slide because she didn't want to disrespect the dead. You think I wouldn't have told the truth? Sitting on facts is what got us here. That's why I said, Melody, you ain't moving like a Scorpio. Because I'm going to get shit off me. Yeah. Especially when I'm backed up with facts. I'm going to get it off me. Now she's doing it. I guess she's doing it now because she's at the point where she's fed up, but no. Motel, hotel, get stuff off of him in a moment. Even though he lied most of the time. I'm telling y'all, motel, hotel, I know he's a Capricorn. He moves just like my mama. She was a Leo, though. My mama will pull constantly other people into whatever situation she was in if she got into any type of kerfuffle. Especially with me. Okay? Mama, don't do this. Mama, you shouldn't. Mama, you shouldn't eat this. Mama, you shouldn't eat that. You know you got diabetes. And sometimes I would have to tell her, Mama, I don't have diabetes. Well, you eat it. Mama, eat more fruit. You don't eat more fruit. Or I'm not a diagnosed diabetic. Well, you predisposed to it because I'm a diabetic. You know what I'm saying? That's Martell. You cheating. So you were there with me. It's immature. Then she debunked the statement that he said that they kick it and they're cool when they go to sporting events for the kids. Now, I believe Mel on that. You know, I believe that she tried to be cordial with him at first, when they first broke up. But she said every single time that she would give him an inch, he would take him out. And I know what that means. That means that he would try to push up on her to see if they could get back together. Because he want to be married again in 5 years. And what does that mean to him, being married in 5 years? He wants to be married to Melody in 5 years. Well, Melody, your God said go. So maybe it's time for you to go. I mean, people have been telling you the whole time, you know, the best way to alleviate this situation is get out the show. Because you'll take your fans with you. There's no doubt about that. Because I'm about 2 inches off now watching Real Housewives of Atlanta because of Kenya. Same thing with production and her. I believe production knew exactly what she was about to do. So all the blame shouldn't be placed on her. It's always placed on the town. That's my point about it. And see, at least they do give them the right incentives to do the wild and crazy shit they do over there in Bravo. What, can you make 1.2 million per season? That's a little bit more incentive than making 25, 30,000 a season. Carlos, quit lying. You're not paying these people. You're not paying these people what you claim like you are. But I pay them handsomely. Yeah, you pay Love and Marriage Huntsville better than you pay the rest of your cast. I believe that. But you got Letitia Pearson over there, and she's just like Destiny. She'll do anything to me on TV. Then you got the synopsis, right? The synopsis that says Kimmy goes in on Mel for the double standards. And then, what double standard? Let's talk about double standard. Huh? What is a double standard? Is that a factual statement? Has Melody used double standards? You can do it and I can't do it? No, that's them. I can talk about your life, but you can't talk about mine in any way. I'm Maurice Jefferson Scott. How dare you? When Motel Hotel got a whole anyway, whatever I was saying. Before I was so rudely interrupted. Martell ran amok in the palace on that show. He has even came for you, Carlos. You know if he came for Merlot Marlene, tight short wearing small leg Marlene, that he was gonna come for you. Nobody's safe around this jackass. When I saw him sit out in public and call Melody a hoe, that wasn't enough. When I saw him in Las Vegas having to be held back from a woman that was just standing there giving him her truth, that wasn't enough. Melody said the only time she called Nell screaming and yelling in the phone is when he stole her $17,000. She mentioned that conversation she had with Letitia again. I bet you any amount of that conversation was about Letitia, and I'm giving my opinion here, leaving Marceau. How could she leave Marceau and boss up like she did? Because Melody is pretty much steady. Whatever that was, that conversation, you know how we love to see the chemistry between Marceau and, Marceau, Mr. Tyrone, Marceau. That conversation that Mel had with him at that coffee shop. Excuse me. I think that was the conversation. Look at me saying like Kimmy. She got me saying conversation like her. The fuck? Anyway, I think that was a conversation that took place between Tisha when she said, and I don't remember the exact words, but I do remember this part right here. And this is what I took from it. You're going to be so-and-so when Tisha leaves your ass. Y'all remember that? That's the conversation that I'm talking about. That probably was Tisha trying to figure out a way to get out of that marriage and then boss up. But sis, it's probably going to be rough on you because you ain't got it like that. But the way Carlos pays, if y'all get $50,000, y'all probably get $50,000 in one pot. So it's gonna be hard to divide those assets up. I guess you can get black, and then rebuild off of that. But don't let your mama come over there and cook. Don't let her come over there and cook. We don't want them slot potatoes, okay? Because I've been trying to figure out a way to get down to the Huntsville to get my children down to the NASA. And if I I don't want no slot potatoes, okay? Don't let your mama come over there and cook. Oh yeah, she also addressed Trish, and she thinks Trish is a TV plant. Everybody knows. Everybody knows that, It was never meant to be for her and Ken to, in my opinion, to have that big blow up that they did. But what Ken didn't count on was that Trish had been all up and through that group before they got on the show, when he was the one who insisted they get on the show. I bet she sat up there with her line behind the shirt. Karen, I really don't know any of these people. I train some of them, but I don't really know like that. So he was like, oh, so we'll be the fresh new couple. Until you found out that Martell had allegedly been putting his face in the place. Shout out to Rocks. That's what your punk ass get. Okay? Woo woo. Shout out to Marquez. Marquez got that woo pair. That shit cute. I'm gonna give me some of that. I'm gonna find me a woo shirt. I hope he got it in pink, because Pink Salmon wears pink. So I'm assuming that the Pink Salmon probably got some pink woo shirts. Okay? Woo woo. And most of my commentary, I was at the doctor yesterday. Okay? Well, my follow-up appointment, a very, very, very important follow-up appointment. And I was watching Millie Chun minding my own business. And shout out to Melody, not Melody, but Melanie from Jackson, the bill collecting. I mean, when Mel came on that live, she stole all her thunder from the Millie Chun show. Not saying that Melanie wasn't interesting. I just caught the tail end of Melanie from Jackson's store. Okay? I didn't even hear everything she said, except for that I did get asked the question about, you know, how did she feel about the disagreement between Latrice and Akeisha. I think that Akeisha also used Melanie at some point for her publicist. So I guess she was just, how can you stay neutral in that situation though? Because that's another show, but I'm about 5 seconds off start watching, even if it is in my home state. I can't get with that whole bully stuff. I don't like it. I don't like the whole bully thing with Melody, but I didn't see anybody just completely come out of a barrel and just threaten Melody. I mean, they gave some innuendo that could get them in a lot of hot water, because I really believe that if Melody pursues this thing, as Ayanna said, and Miss and Miss Evelyn cussed the fuck out, the fish rots from the head down. My Lord, have mercy. You better speak. You better speak, Ayanna. Fix my life. And I see a rotten head, and it's sitting up on Carlos's body. I think that things took a turn for the worse when Melody turned Carlos down to be her manager. He wanted a piece of her pie. Now we can understand why Melody's products were never on the show. Melody's products were never promoted like that. Her property preservation episode didn't air but once. She had the ability to show her property preservation. She asked him if she could. She asked if her mother could film more. Asked if her brother could come on more. When her aunt died, that was nothing. And I did notice that. It's like he don't have compassion for the deceased, because who said not to bring the story of Kiki's passing to the show? Something, a mention, she was on the show. In one episode, it was R.I.P. They could have done more. Could have done a whole memorial special at the end, like a little 10-minute dialogue of showing her best moments on the show. Not her throwing the water on Letitia. I'm talking about her being at the Brown Girl event. Her, being at the pajama jam with her pajamas on. Her cutest moments. Showing her at home with Amin. Did I say his name right? Akeem, Amin. Those types of things. They could have shown that. A little montage of her with Stormy's snake ass. Yeah, Stormy's a snake, and I didn't even know it. And I think she was used as a vehicle and a tool to come after Melody too. Carla was something else. Wow. Okay, y'all. I'm done with the whole thing. Come on in. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell button. You will be notified when I upload a video. And don't forget to share the video. Why? Because sharing is caring. Donate to the Cash App. We want to keep this channel afloat, and anything can motivate me to, throwing a little something in me, so I could, help my own little TV fund here. Grow my channel, y'all. And with that, I'm going to close. And as I do when I close, I'm going to talk them up. Deuces.